Hey guys, welcome to another edition, a very special edition of the I Am the Possible podcast experience here on location in one of the places that I come to and I walk, I pray, and as I like to teach, I get with God before the world ever gets to me. It's a place where I can meditate, contemplate, and just realign with the will and the purposes that God has for me. It's a place where I open myself up and I just allow God to speak to me. And had some things going on at the house in terms of the decorations within our space that we normally use for the podcast, and so I just needed to change locations for this episode and just wanted to continue to provide you with content each week. So I didn't want to skip a week. And so that's why we are here on location. But I think it's a perfect location and it's a perfect time. I just finished up a walk, just finished up a time with God and just a time of prayer. And I wanted to share something that I believe is extremely powerful and beneficial. And I believe that if it's something that you can, if you're not already doing it, if you can establish in your life, however it might look for you, your version of it, but if you can establish it in your life, I think it will pay heavy, heavy dividends. Let me start off with a scripture, my favorite scripture in all the Bible, Mark 1:35. It says, "Early in the morning, Jesus got up, left the house, and went to a solitary place where he prayed. Simon and his companions went to look for him. And when they found him, they exclaimed, 'Everyone is looking for you.' Jesus responds, he replies, 'Let us go from here into the nearby towns and villages, that I may preach there also. For this is why I've come.'" It's that statement, "For this is why I've come," that I believe is so powerful. This scripture speaks of direction, decision, discipline. It speaks of Christ having a sense of purpose and a sense of a plan and a positioning for his life. And it's always inspired me. It's always made me want to emulate that, to live that out, to walk in that, to stand in that level of clarity and confidence and consistency in the face of Simon, who represents humanity, this urgency. Everyone's looking for you. And Jesus was off doing something that was extremely beneficial to not only himself, but to those he would continue to serve. He was getting with God before the world, Simon and his companions, got to him. And I always looked at it as a foundation for my faith, a principle. I've been I've been on this for 20 plus years, man. And if you've watched any of my content over the last 20 years, you've seen me say this over and over and over and over. Get to God before the world gets to you. It's so important that we carve out time to get with our Creator before everyone else comes rushing in with all of their demands. It's not that they're bad people, because they're not. And it's not because they have some intention to drain you of your energy. It's not because they have some weird intention or desire to ruin your life. That's not the case. It's really back on us. It's our job to, through getting to God before they get to us, to cultivate the discipline to say no to certain things, or the clarity to know what you're going for, what God's instructing you to do, so that you don't get wrapped up in distractions. And everyone's 911 doesn't have to become your 911. I'm already sharing some other tidbits that I didn't even desire to really share. I mean, I have a core idea of something that I want to share with you, but these are just other things. These are other benefits that I've experienced over my life in and through this getting to God before the world gets to me, based upon this scripture. And I didn't even know that this principle was based on this scripture, actually, until this morning, like in real time. The dots were connected in real time. Like, this is 2026. I've been doing this since 2001. Since 2001, I've been getting to God before the world gets to me, and calling Mark 1:35 like my favorite passage in all the Bible. But here in 2026, I'm just now connecting the dots that principle, that saying is directly connected, and it was inspired by this scripture. But here's what I want to share this morning. I've taken on this very simplistic 4-word slogan, mission statement to sort of bring together everything that I believe I Am the Possible is really about. Relate better, create better. Now, the long version is when we learn to relate better to ourselves, then we learn to create better for ourselves and those around us, and those we lead and those we love. It benefits us and it benefits everyone else. When we learn to relate better, we learn to create better. We're all little creators. Capital C creator God has created all of these little C's creators, and we're to be like God, to be an expression, a unique expression, a unique extension of God, to be like God in the creation process, in the creative process. We were all created to create something, to bring something to life, to birth something that benefits others. And what I've discovered over the last 26 years is that the better we can relate to ourselves, the better we can create through and from and for ourselves and for those that are closest to us and beyond, actually. And so, this little idea popped in my head earlier as I was walking. Um, you know, your how did it come to mind? Um, how you're relating determines how you're creating. That's what it was. How you're relating determines how you're creating. Many of us are creating a life that we do not like, results that we don't like. We are creating situations that we don't like. And we're in a cycle of that. We're doing it over and over and over, wanting better, but not understanding how to create better. Desiring better, but not knowing how to create better. And it's through learning more about what God has already given you, learning your spiritual gifts, learning your personality, learning your strengths, learning your competencies, learning your unique bends, learning your personal perceptions and perspectives and preferences, really doing a deep dive, going beneath the surface of yourself and learning more about you. I always tell people, before we level up, let's level down. Let's dig beneath the surface. Let's get inside of self and let's discover, remove the cover, remove what's concealed. Let's discover what's already there, because God has already given you everything you need to do everything that you were created to do, to have, and to be. It's already there. It's just a matter of discovering it. And for many of us, like me, we were trained through trauma because the world got to us before we got to ourselves. And so we were trained to be in survival mode. We were trained to survive and not thrive. We were trained to just get by instead of getting ahead and getting above. We were trained to always play catch up instead of leading the path and leading the way and being trailblazers. We've all, well, not all, but many of us have lived this story and this narrative. And when things began to turn around for me, it was through these times of prayer, getting to God and God helping me to observe more of myself, to observe what was already there, to look beneath my own surface and see, wow, Treveal, not only did Eric tell you that you were a teacher, but because you were a teacher and because you are a teacher, that also means that you're needed. That also means that you're wanted. That also means that you're necessary. That also means that you're valuable. And that lays a foundation that then you can build upon and say, okay, where am I needed? Where am I wanted? Where am I valuable? Oh, I can teach in the school systems. Oh, I can create master classes. Oh, I can create podcasts. Oh, I can become a personal trainer. Oh, I can become a keynote speaker. Oh, I can preach from a pulpit because I got that calling on my life as well. Oh, I can do all of these forms of communication, all of these teachings, all of these forms of teachings. I've written a couple of books. Oh, you can be an author. I'm sharing my life to just give you a template, an example of what it can look like for your life. Because once you discover what what you are in these moments of observation and contemplation, getting to God before the world gets to you, in that quiet space, that solitary space, that still, quiet space where God is able to actually speak to you. It's in those places that you receive the revelation of your creation. You're able to receive, things are being revealed to you in that space, because it's not chaotic, because it's not cluttered, because it's not confusing. People aren't around you. The Simons of the world are not telling you what everyone is doing, what everyone wants, what everyone needs. It's just a loving God communicating with its creation and pouring into you by revealing you to you. And it's like, man, when you can start to relate better with yourself, when you can stop saying it's the enemy in the inner me, when you can stop saying those things, when you can start seeing yourself as not your worst enemy, but your best friend, when you can start to see the things that God has given you already as tools, necessary tools that can be used to get you where you want to go, that can get you in alignment with God's will and plan for your life, that can keep you steady on the course, that can keep you disciplined and decided, then you're able to, like Jesus, like I'm learning to be, those that will come out into the space, that can come out into the open with the world and its demands and say, no, 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 I hear you, Simon. Because I love that passage, because Jesus never addresses the urgency. Jesus never addresses the problem. Jesus just simply says, let us go from here to the nearby towns and villages. Let me do what I need to do, because this is why I've come. I know why I've come. So because I know why I've come, I've spent time with my Creator, because I know why I've come. I don't have to get wrapped up. I don't have to get thrown off. I don't have to get in a tizzy. I don't have to get all frazzled. I don't have to get all stressed out and wore out and worried because of your 911, because of your urgent cry for me. If what I'm created to do aligns with what you're demanding of me and asking of me, then fine, great, awesome. I'll meet that need. But if it's not, I don't have to play that game with you. I can move on to the nearby towns and villages, that I can do what I've been created to do, because I know I've received confirmation. I've received evidence from God of what I am to be doing. And so I can say no to you while I say yes to something else. And that's the life that I want to continue to live. I'm learning to live day by day, moment by moment. I haven't perfected it. I haven't nailed it. I haven't gotten it down pat, but I'm growing in it, and it's fascinating, and it's inspiring, and it's life-giving. And so I don't want to wait until I've mastered it. I don't want to wait until I figured it all out. I want to share these things with you, because I know if I'm experiencing these things, the weight, the pressure, the drain of life, and I want to be able to be disciplined and decided and walking in my divine design and with that confidence and clarity and consistency. If I want that for me, then I know you want that for you. And perhaps through me sharing this, then it will spark ideas. It will ignite the imagination within you. And you can put it in your own words, and you can find your own scripture, and you can find your own flow and your own principle and your own thing to live through and to live by. It's not that you have to adopt me and adopt what I'm doing. I'm just standing as an example, as Christ stood as an example, as one who's doing something that you might be interested in doing. And you can look upon me and say, wow, okay, that's how Treveal's doing it. He goes out for a morning walk, or he goes out for a morning run, or he goes to a park and he gets his prayer on through the walking and through the running. Oh, that's how he gets it in. Well, I don't necessarily run, or I don't necessarily walk, but I'll do this or I'll do that. And that's me getting up early in the morning, right? That's me going to my solitary place, my prayer closet, my alone time with God, whatever that looks like for you, right? You name it, you frame it, you put it into your context, because it's your life. I just want to be an inspiration. I just want to be something that stands in your life that says, wow, okay, I know somebody who's doing it. I know somebody who's putting it to work. I know somebody who it's working for, right? That's all I can do. That's all I can be for you. So I'm gonna shut it down right there, man. I just wanted to share those few ideas and those few thoughts. The better we can relate, the better we can create the kinds of things that we want. We're already creating what we don't want. And that's a direct result of us not knowing what we already are, what we already have, and what we've already been created to do. So through acquiring that information, right? Then we're better, then we're made better, or we're made able to be better at the creation process, right? Now, I have provided you in the description a link to my masterclass. If you've never taken my masterclass, that's where you want to start. Excuse me. That's where you want to start. Start with the masterclass. That's going to lay a foundation. That's going to unpack a lot of these principles and these ideas that I've already shared. And then I also just want you to know that I am creating more and more tools, things that people can utilize to begin to research and discover themselves. And so I'm going to put, I don't even know what I'm going to call it. But by the time I release this episode, by the time this gets to you, there's going to be a link in the description, and there's going to be some sort of tool, something that's going to be able to be clicked on, downloaded, and utilized. Okay, I'm committed to that. I don't even know what I'm going to call it yet, but I'm going to do that. Okay, by the time you get this episode, there's going to be a link down below for the masterclass. That's the foundation, and there's going to be a new resource that you're going to be able to click on and begin to do some self-discovery, some self-analysis, right? Some assessing of what you already have, because it's in the already. All right. So that's it, man. I love you guys. I'm praying for you guys. I'm believing in you guys. Until next time, please remember, please relate better, create better. This is Treveal C.W. Lynch, Mr. What? This is the I Am the Possible podcast experience. Yes, the place where possibilities become perspective. And our job here is to give perspectives on life that give life to what's possible in life, in your life. God bless you.